I know you're not going to actually slur.
No, I do that in my free time.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
what are you eating?
Fuck you. Never read on stream again. Unless you're going to do another script read. Fuck you.
I'm going to read on stream again. You're going to get fucking used to it, chat. Don't know what to tell you. Hello?
Hello.
Alright.
Hi.
You have 5 minutes. What's up?
Okay. So I want to clarify that I was brought in because I was invited in. And
it's Friday. Anybody can call in on Fridays. You don't need to fucking justify it.
No. I'm just I'm just pointing the blame towards somebody, okay?
Yeah, it's Chai, I know. She already talked about it. Yeah. We already had this discussion like 2 days ago. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, good job.
Alright. Yeah. I don't know why I'm in here, honestly.
What do you want to do? You want to talk about something?
Not much, no.
Okay. Why don't you stop consuming loli?
The fuck? It's not harming anybody.
I mean, yeah, but you don't like.
It makes me feel good.
Yeah, but you don't. Well, you say it doesn't make you feel good. You say that you also don't like it. So I understand, like, these aren't mutually exclusive, right? Like, in terms of like what it is, but.
Yeah,
like,
but
what, like
part
when
of
you
me also going to therapy for it is also like me not having that anxiety anymore. What was plaguing me was that anxiety. I got rid of the anxiety.
Mm-hmm. Like you're just comfortable with doing it then.
Yep.
Okay. What?
Not a hard argument.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can have hard arguments about this, but like, okay, all right. So,
yeah, you find it icky and disgusting. You have a part of your brain that wants to protect kids, and I know how optically bad it is. I know people will dissociate.
No, that's not the problems. That's not the problems I have with this. It's the fact that you talk about this with a very callous disregard that causes, I don't know, a lot of stress for people, especially as a public broadcaster.
I don't talk about it unless I'm commentating on it or anything like that, or I'm joining a panel whose topic is like directly related to it.
Yeah,
I'll be honest. Like I don't bring it up out of nowhere and I go like, oh my god, yeah, I'm gonna talk about lolly today. Like I just don't do that. What the fuck?
Okay,
that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah. So okay, so do you think that like you're over engaging with like the current discourse then, or no?
I'd like to cut you off really quick. It does harm someone, right? It harms you, at the very least. Correct? It harms your social prospects. It harms
No. Hold on. I kind of changed my mindset about this. I think that I was so intent on chasing after like preservation of bridges after I got over like the initial November thing that I was like stressing myself out. I think part of the reason that I left myself open to WIC in the first place was because
I don't give a fuck about any of those people, right? I don't give a fuck about any of those people.
No, but I'm explaining my mindset, right? Like that's the whole point, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but I'm telling you that it does hurt you at the very least, because it has negative impacts, repercussions on your personal life, your social life, your job prospects within not only this space, but I'm sure like more generally. I just don't understand how you don't get that.
I totally get it, but for me, it's more like, I weigh the pros and cons and I go with it. It is what it is. And I don't feel horrible.
Right.
Like,
I have nothing else to say.
Especially with this subject anymore. Yeah. So, as I was saying, right? The thing is, like, I can totally get people's concern about it, especially around the optics and especially around like connections on that front and etc. Right? But it's something I weigh for, and I go, you know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead with it, because here's the thing, right? For example, why would anybody climb Mount Everest? Chances are you're gonna fucking die, right? But the thing is that someone's gonna go and climb Mount Everest anyway. Chances are, if you die from climbing Mount Everest, you're never gonna get a job again anyway, right? The thing is I guess the analogy I'm making here is more like, you know what? Fuck it. I hate office work. I'm gonna be in this space. and I changed my mindset enough to not be as pained by this as I am. And yeah, I mean, like, I'll be honest, I'm not affected at all now, in terms of like mental anguish. Yeah.
Okay.
But,
do you think you're porn sick?
Yeah.
Like, do you think that like there is a necessity of?
No. Let me clarify. Let me clarify. So I jerk off once every 2 days. Accept it as it is. I'm only bringing. I know it's weird, but I'm only bringing it up just to clarify.
That's fine.
Stardust has seen my goon stash. I have sent her 3 links, and she says that no, Foodshops is not a pedophile. Like, here's the thing: is that I'm not a fucking porn sick motherfucker. I'm just not.
Okay, well, like, I'm asking this because like it's more like, did you start with loli, or has loli become an increase, like, over time? Or like,
that's an interesting question, because here's the thing: is that I can't give you an answer because I don't remember. The reason is because it's like asking you, okay, when were you into domination and submission? You know what I mean? It's like asking somebody, okay, when were you into this fetish and this kink? No one can answer. Right?
I mean, I can. I absolutely can. Like, I had this one girlfriend who was really into like BDSM stuff and was like, hey, I want you to try this stuff. 21. Actually, it was exactly when I started getting into that. Got into poly when I was 30.
Remember, I can't. Okay, so I mean, that's what it is.
Cross-dressing was like 27, 28, because of a person I was with.
Okay, I get the point. But I'm saying that I cannot point out a specific point, because right now I think what you're trying to imply is that I am kind of like slowly building up until such an extreme fetish, right? But it's like some people.
Well, I'm asking if it is like something that you built up as a fetish, or if this was just something that has always been
there. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, I just don't care. For me, it's like, it's just. Like, why? For me, it's like, I don't care about asking these questions, if that makes sense, right? Like, it's more about if I know that I'm not going to harm anybody, if I know I'm not going to harm anybody, and if I know that the only part I have to solve is me being happy in life, then I'll just try to aim for being happy in life and not harming anybody. And, with both of these conditions being satisfied, I'm fine with life.
Okay. And yeah, it's good that you're not harming people. I will give you that credit.
That's literally never gonna happen. I don't know why people keep implying it. I think it's disgusting that people keep implying it, but just mainly because like anybody in real life and people who know me in detail will know that I'm literally like a big softie. Or a little softie. I don't care. But the thing is like literally, like I can't hurt shit. I don't know what else to tell you. Like, I don't know how much more I can express this. It's very hard.
But like, you realize that, of course.
Yes, I know the optics. People look at it and then they go like, "You're a walking red flag." Okay, so you have to kind of justify you're not going to be harming anybody in the spaces. So I'll ask these people this: if you feel like I'm harming anybody, then produce evidence. Produce evidence that I am DMing a minor, that I am going after somebody and sex pestering somebody. I have produced
a different type of evidence. By saying
circumstantial evidence, by linking a lot of lives together, that produces a lot of red flags. No, I get it. I get it.
You're missing the point. But, I said earlier.
I know what you're gonna say, though. Yeah.
What am I gonna say? Go ahead.
Because what you're saying is that the different kinds of evidence is everything that you've been saying online, and people are able to find a reasonable enough link. Because the thing is that with enough red flags, you can kind of draw like a kind of intuition where you go, you know what, this guy is sus enough to actually be X or Y, right? However, I would argue that with that, I provided enough substantial like kind of explanations for each of these kind of circumstances. And if you don't see these explanations, then you're just choosing to ignore them, and that is a problem in of itself for you, right?
So
if that makes sense.
That wasn't what I was going to say. I said that you treat this issue with callous disregard, all right, without like levels of nuance, while demanding a level of nuance for your own arguments, and that a lot of people have a lot of trouble with that because of the fact that it seems like. I
want to refute that. Wait, I want to refute that. One point at a time, please. So, for the callous disregard, I don't think I'm regarding like what I'm doing now with callous disregard whatsoever. Also, like in the past, I'm definitely like throwing around willy-nilly and whatever the fuck, right? But with this particular subject, I would say that I go into a lot of nuance, especially with this issue. And part of the issue with that WIC panel was that they didn't go into enough nuance. Does that make sense?
No, the issue. No. That's
callous.
not the issue with the Wick panel. Even the issue with the Wick panel is that Wick went ahead, said, "I have this deigned way to describe what fairness is," and then is trying to walk away from that. No, that's the major fucking issue here with Wick as a larger context thing.
With the Wick panel, all right, but I'm just
okay.
saying,
Well, that's fine. Then, like, no one. But I think more people give a
panel.
shit about my issue with the Wick panel than about your issue with the Wick panel on this, right?
No. Just be totally honest. There's no way where I can actually talk about the subject in a way where it satisfies you, just because of everything that I've said before, and you will not accept. You
correct?
No, I do not care. I literally do not care. I'll keep talking about it, and it is what it is.
You literally just said that you don't want to talk about it, and that you're not bringing it up.
No, now it's a 2v1. Now it's a 2v1. So I
yeah,
have to
Svlphr, please.
Okay?
I'll bring you in, but I've got this. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll explain things from my perspective. Okay. Sure. So basically, I own up to everything that I did, obviously, and I also don't stand by a lot of the irresponsible shit I did before. But nobody will accept that explanation. So fine, I'll prove it through action, right? So I think that through action, right, up until now, especially after I say I no longer stand by like the way I phrase things or the irresponsible way I phrase things, I think I've been talking about it in a way better manner. And anybody who has been watching me will tell you that. But I can tell that I'm not being watched. Okay, it is what it is.
Okay. So you can say people aren't watching you, which fair, but you've also said
specific examples.
You've said during this conversation, okay, that you're not going to bring it up, and that it seems like you have an aversion to talking about it. Generally
okay, let's
speaking.
be very clear.
Is that right?
You brought it up first, and you basically said, "Why can't you just stop chatting up to Molly?"
Yes, during this, yes, during this conversation, correct. But during this conversation, you said that you generally wouldn't bring it up on your own. So are you only bringing it up as a reaction to other things?
Typically, yes.
Okay. So
I'm no longer instigating whatsoever.
Okay. Are you sure you're not, like, at all?
Okay, can you provide proof? Like, if you're gonna
No, I mean,
insinuate
it's like, no, I'm asking this because, like, I'm trying to just be like, if you're saying you're not, I'm trying to think this through. You're saying you're not insinuating.
You should have prepared, man.
You should have prepared. Sure. I do rando fucking call-ins on Friday. What the fuck do you mean?
Sure, but hold on. But you're the one who brought up the subject. So let's be honest. It's not.
Yes, because I'm asking you questions. I'm not even trying to fucking hang you right now. I'm asking you questions to understand what your fucking modus is, as well as explain. No, because you were framing the questions I was going to ask before I asked them, and then I asked you a different question. You realize that happened during this conversation, right?
Wait, can you repeat that?
You said this is what you're going to ask as a question. That wasn't, I let you go ahead, and I was like, what do you think I'm going to ask? I then went ahead and talked about your way of engaging with this, which, yes,
because
you have this.
Because I know how you talk, okay? That's why.
You know how I talk? Well, you know how I talk, but obviously not well enough to know the question I was going to ask you. When you said that you knew the question I was going to ask, I did ask the question. I am using this.
Ask again.
I don't need to.
Okay,
because,
ask it again.
No, you answered it before. What do you mean? You answered it before. I'm trying to say, I'm asking you fucking questions to understand what what is going on with this, because I think that there is some value I can grip from that. And also because I was confused about the one thing on the shut thing.
Ask the question. Do it. Just do it.
Give me 1 second.
Hannah, I invited her on. Just so you know, it's Chai. I did that. That was me. Don't say she wasn't invited. I did it.
Okay.
Also, for the record, you have to understand I'm a little heated because I just came off of a panel where like it was literally the entire commentary. Half of the commentary community.
Wait, did you do another panel on it?
No, like that was what I was talking about. The Chud panel.
The Chud panel? Half of commentary? That was like Queen and a bunch of fucking retards.
Are they not a bunch of commentators?
Yes, she did.
What?
But the Chud Logics panel, did you not see that?
I know that, but that happened like 2-3 hours ago at this point.
Well, okay, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's 2 or 3 hours.
Did you just fucking memory hole, like, the last 2-3 hours or what? Because
Wait,
like,
what do you mean?
anyway,
Because
yeah,
obviously
this
I'm
is
still coming
whatever.
down from a high from that point, right? If that makes sense, right? Does that make sense?
No,
or does
because
that not
it's
make
3
sense?
hours fucking later. How are you still coming down from a high
what
for
the
this
fuck?
point?
Why are you debating my feelings? What the fuck?
Because I'm like watching too much Tom shit. Anyways, so here's the thing. Right now, you're conflating this topic with things like climbing a mountain, right? Right? Like you're conflating this,
which
and you're not.
Which aspect of that am I comparing it to?
You literally said, "Oh, well, you're going to climb a mountain, and you're going to die."
Insurmountable task in which you understand the dangers, but you do it anyway.
Yeah, but here's the thing. What is the utility value on the other side of that is entertainment in both cases, right?
No, for climbing a mountain, if nobody ever knows about it, why do mountaineers still climb a mountain?
Because of self-entertainment.
Great. So you understand, right?
Yes. Self-entertainment that is of a fully consensual nature, even in a
fully consensual nature.
Even within a non-virtual. Yeah, but even in a non-virtualized nature, right? There is a difference here, right?
What are you saying? Be playing, please.
Okay. Give me a moment.
Please don't go on this philosophical spiel.
It's
very boring.
I'm not going.
Okay.
I am boring. You know who I am.
No, you're not boring, but your philosophical spiels are. Okay. And nobody from your audience will tell it to your face, but I will.
They tell me it on a daily basis, so I don't know what you
They should do it more. Oh yeah.
I'm just not. I'm not like as much of a drama farmer as a lot of people. Okay, to begin with.
Okay.
So here is the fundamental difference, right? If you were comparing the climbing of the mountain, you would have to compare to Loli. You would have to compare virtually climbing a mountain in VR to what Loli is, right? Climbing the mountain. Why not?
Okay, so you misunderstand. You're confused. So I'll correct that for you. So when I am saying, especially when going about the lolly topic online, I'm not talking about literally consuming lolly. I'm talking about lolly online in the platform.
Yeah, but you
context,
are consuming
right?
lolly
talking
as well,
it from a
right?
Place, a platform. What?
Yeah, but you are also consuming lolly, right?
Well, yeah, but that's completely separate, right?
Well, yeah, okay, but here's the thing. One of the reasons why people are calling you uncareful is that people are calling you uncareful because you're not taking the time to make these statements in a way to communicate.
Like what statements? What statements? Be plain. Be plain. Just say it outright. Don't waffle. Yeah.
Okay. So you're moving around. It seems like you don't actually have a very consistent view on what it is you're trying to say. Right?
Okay. What would you say that one thing I was trying to say, but another, I say something different?
I'm saying that, like,
give an example.
I'm saying that.
No, give an example. No, I will place you on the spot. Give an example. You're making a claim. Provide some evidence.
Okay. So my claim is you.
No. You already stated your claim.
No,
what is your supporting evidence?
Okay, so you are causing harm because of the way you engage with this topic.
Foodshops extension ilmo.
Examples. So when we had that first conversation where you talked about this, the callous disregard causes some people who are in my audience who have been exploited as children to have a lot of stress and frustrations that I spent the entire night kind of talking to people about to, like, one, validate them, two, make sure that they're taken care of. All right. And that is the harm that you're causing when you're engaging with the topic.
That's your audience. You don't need to engage with me. Like, what the fuck? Remember, you got to disassociate with me. Like, why the fuck do you need to, like, expose your audience to my content when you know that my content triggers them. It's like if a PTSD war veteran, like who streamed, exposed his audience, who is typically like him, to like huge war games, like Battlefield or something like that. It's something along the lines of that. Like, yeah, like what the fuck?
Yeah, well, I think that there's like a place in the world where you can shoot somebody. I don't think that there's a place in the world where you can like, you know.
No. That's you are making a wrong conflation, because what I'm talking about is audience and trigger. That's what I'm talking about, okay? Specifically in that context. Do not move the post, okay? So what I'm saying is that, for example, a trigger is lolly, right? And then the audience effect.
No, the trigger isn't lolly. No, you're wrong.
Right?
You're actually just fundamentally wrong.
Okay,
this
so
is like, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the last point, because like the reason why I think you're wrong about this is that I consistently am saying the lolly isn't the issue, it's the way you're engaging with it. You're moving away from that.
Okay, so you're just repeating the claim, but we're supporting evidence once again. And I'm not like debate broing you. I'm just saying, like, where's the fucking evidence? That's it. You're making a big claim here.
Am I?
Yes, you are basically roasting my coverage of the lolly subject. Yeah. For me, that's kind of insulting, like the way I kind of do content creation in general. I don't like that.
All right, you find it insulting?
Oh my god.
Well, yeah, of course, because I think I do it in a good way. But Svlphr does not. So obviously I find it insulting. Yeah.
So here's the thing, right? You're not doing it in a safe, good environment, period. But what I'm hearing from you in this call is that you don't care, that you're going to belligerently continue to engage with the subject matter out of some kind of ridiculous, like, is this vengeance? Like, I don't fucking get it.
Wrong. Okay.
Understand do you understand stigma? Do you understand stigma?
Yeah, of course I understand stigma. Yeah.
No, do you understand stigma? Actually.
Yeah, what does that mean? I said I understand stigma. You asked me a question, so I said yes.
Yeah, I want you to quantify in some way that you understand. Qualify it. I don't give a fuck. Choose one. Can you demonstrate stigma to me? No.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean? Bro, if I asked you, okay, can you
can't demonstrate your understanding, and I appreciate that, which is part of my issue. So, given that you don't understand even just your own personal experience of being stigmatized, it's not terminally online.
Quantify stigma. Nobody knows.
I'm talking to you as someone who does research in a field where what I say and do impacts for my field, for my subdiscipline. It impacts.
Don't you do terrorist research?
Yes, and what I say and do, if I am fucking careless, impacts not only just like Muslim people, but brown people. It impacts policy decisions. It impacts more than just you, right?
Why the hell does this standard only apply
because
to me?
Because people hear a fucking belligerent pedophile when you're talking, and they say, "Oh my god, what the fuck is going on?"
That's great.
And then they take that
hold on.
and they run with it.
If they don't believe it, they can just fucking ignore it. Who cares? Okay, all right. They don't have to watch my content.
They don't, though. That's the difference. Right? And so what you say and do impacts more than just you. You don't want to understand it from the personal harm level of
Svlphr,
you as a person.
Realize every streamer streams without really caring all that much about the outside audience all that much, right?
Fine.
Like, for
I'm
example,
not talking about
Look at Chud.
everyone
Chud, right?
else. I'm talking about you.
Do you think, okay, but I'm saying that you don't come at me with the same energy like you do with other people at all right? I don't see that happening. You're only doing this because it's specifically about kids. I get it. Does that make sense?
No, I think that you're actually misrepresenting Svlphr, especially when we take into look at, No, stop. I'm talking for you right now, okay? Yeah. So, no, when we look at, for instance, Svlphr and Wick and, like, what happened in that Discord before Svlphr left, Svlphr was going hard in the fucking paint in there talking about stuff. When Svlphr cares about things, she cares about them. Maybe she doesn't go hard in about every last little thing, but this is when she does.
Cares about things, okay?
All
right?
And this is my issue. She doesn't give a fuck about anyone.
You're not part of my audience. Why should I care? You're not part of my viewer base.
No, but I cared about you, dumbass. I did. At one point, I cared about you. That's fine.
Do you realize that somebody can care about somebody in a way that is abusive or in a negative manner?
Are you calling me abusive?
No, not all care is good care, right? That's what I'm saying. Not all care is good care. Does that make sense? I think the way that you care about me is in a way that kind of takes away my autonomy. I don't appreciate that. And you can actually believe it. You can believe that I don't.
This is still about the fucking autonomy comment that I didn't even fucking make.
It is 100%.
That I didn't even fucking make?
You're making it implicitly. No.
You're putting on this.
Right? Let's be very fair.
This is an absolutely outrageous fucking claim.
You're pointing towards a harm that you can't quantitatively demonstrate anyway, right?
You don't even understand stigma, so I'm not going to go into every fucking aspect of why. I tried to explain to you, but you just don't want to listen.
I understand stigma, but you're putting it in a way where I think is stupid, right? Does that make sense? This is your chance to talk, by the way. I don't know why there's dead air right now. This is good content, though. I'll be there.
What do you mean? Why there's dead air? I can't be so flabbergasted, just fucking absolutely gobsmacked.
I can't see how retarded you're being with me right now. I don't know what else to say, bro.
I understand that you're not good.
Okay.
When somebody's bringing an aggression to you. But I'm just saying.
How many times people have aggressively came at me? That's ridiculous. I feel like it's really ridiculous. Out of everybody, you shouldn't be saying that to me at all. You know that the people came at me with the most aggression ever. I don't know why you're saying this.
Because, to be perfectly honest with you, there are a lot of people who say a lot less insane shit than what you're kind of getting at right now. With way less smug fucking belligerent.
You're not specifying. Right? The problem is that you're not specifying anything right now. You're just not. I don't know what else to say.
You aren't going to listen to anything I say, and you're being belligerent.
You want to preach?
No, I'm telling you to log the fuck off.
Yeah, no, not based off your advice. What the fuck? I know that. Here's the thing.
No, I know you haven't listened to my advice ever, and you've continued to fucking make this worse for yourself, period.
Worse how?
What
do you define by worse?
What do you fucking think I'm talking about?
What do you define by... No.
You were on a stream today talking about being a fucking pedophile in front of thousands of people.
Bro!
Right?
For me, for whatever that is, sure.
You think that you're getting a dunk, and
I'll be totally fair. I shouldn't have bitten down that bullet. But the thing is you have to keep in mind that bullet I bit down on, it was specifically within the context of that person's definition.
You have not listened to me ever.
What? Are you gonna engage with what I just said? What the fuck?
That you're biting a bullet. I'm saying you should not have even been there. talking about this issue, which has been my specific advice to you.
It was a fun
Since what, November?
topic. I don't know what else to tell you. It was a fun topic. It was a good topic. All right.
I'm glad it's fun for you. Just
right,
so you're aware.
Who am I harming? Who am I harming? Go.
Just so that you're aware, people take the outrageous. Okay. But you can't let me finish because you don't want to hear what I'm saying.
Yeah,
to
you are being a little shitty. Let Svlphr finish. He talks slower, okay?
Okay, go ahead. All right, but don't take too long.
What you do has an impact, right? People say, "Oh my god, vile, repulsive, fucking smug, smarmy pedophile," and they take that thought and they say, "Okay, well, this disgusting freak said that this research was being done that said X, Y, and Z, and it impacts researchers, it impacts people getting funding, it impacts policy. You have more impact than just your little fucking bubble."
Okay.
You don't want to see that because it's inconvenient for you.
Okay, that's fantastic. That's great. But I think the way I'm doing things is perfectly fine. And unless you are able to demonstrate to me in a specific way, I'm probably having a hard time.
The FBI might have an issue with what you're doing, but okay, sure. Right?
What does that do that?
I mean, Vosh was reported already, how many times? Over his shit the other week? Because technically, volley possession is illegal, right? In the United States?
I'm not Vosh. I'm not
No,
Vosh.
I know. You're much smaller and you're much, much more vulnerable, right? You don't fucking get it.
I am actually so confused. I'm just confused.
No, I know
don't know
you're
what
confused.
You're saying.
You're fucking lost.
No, because you're not giving any specific examples where I'm able to engage with you on that front. I'm willing to engage with you on a good faith way, but it just seems like you just came in here to preach.
No, you just don't like. You don't like what I'm telling you, which is that you should have stopped engaging with this subject. Period. Months ago.
So what I did was I changed my mindset and I'm re-engaging with it in a better mindset. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and it's still the wrong thing to do, and you're still causing harm. Am I having
mental breakdowns? Am I having mental breakdowns over this compared to November?
No, I know you don't care. I know you don't care. Yeah.
Wait, what is the difference?
I'm no longer at the point of caring about what you care, because you already told me at the start of this conversation.
Hold on, I don't care.
And that's great. Done. Easy. I asked one question.
I'm doing fine. What the fuck?
No. I don't care.
I don't need your care, all right? People have drawn a lot of pretenses off of caring.
Yeah. You're asking me to like make sense for you out of what I'm saying. You don't want to listen to what I'm saying.
Okay, explain. Go ahead. I'll give you one chance. Go.
Are you gonna actually give them a chance, or are you gonna talk halfway through them saying the thing? Like, I'm being real here.
I'll be honest. I am annoyed.
You're annoyed. Okay, no, wait. Shut the fuck up, Svlphr. No, you're annoyed, but you are engaging really badly with Svlphr. Svlphr is trying to lay this out. Okay, like, just in a general sense, you are being at least a fucking dick in this, separately from the rest of the criticisms.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Say the whole point, but don't be too long. Go ahead.
Don't say that. Don't be too long. Just give her fucking time to talk. It's that simple.
I appreciate the quick note. She doesn't care about normalizing pedophilic content.
No, stop. Shut the fuck up. Svlphr, just make the point. Svlphr, just make the point.
She doesn't care about the research. She doesn't care about the actual implications. She doesn't care that other people might hear that.
When you actually talk, it's not actually a point to contend on. It is, I don't care.
Because my issue is harm that's being caused. No, I know you don't care. That's being made clear to me.
Okay.
I'm good on that front.
How so?
What do you mean, how so? You told me at the beginning you don't care. You just went on like 5 minutes of saying you don't care. Like, that's fine.
Okay, to be very clear, I don't care specifically about how you feel about me at this point, okay? And I don't need your caring about me or a lack of care. I don't care.
So what else are we going to talk about?
Nothing! You came in here just to yell at me. I don't know what to tell you.
I actually was waiting patiently to come read a piece about why democracy is a religion and it's a false prophet, but you're still here, so I don't know.
We can talk about that later.
I don't know.
You don't need to engage with my material. You don't need to see it. You don't need to.
No, I'm not going to. I'm trust me, I'm not going to.
What problem do you have? I'm so confused.
Up until what, 10 minutes ago, still cared. I don't care that it's fine. You don't give a fuck about harm and so on and so forth. I don't care specifically
about what you care about me. All right.
No, that's fine.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you do you.
What else? All right. You sure you went into this with the best of mindsets? I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm perfectly fine. I don't know about you though.
You sound heated. But
I am
alright.
heated because you're being annoying.
Mhm.
Yes.
Oh, I'm
And
being
I'm not
annoying.
afraid of I'm not afraid of expressing that at all because I've never shied away from my feelings or
Because
expressing
I'm
my
being
feelings.
annoying. Cute. Okay,
Yes, you're
fuck
being
off
annoying.
then.
Yes. What?
Right?
I've already fucked off. I've always fucked off. What are you talking about? Okay. All right. See ya. What?
All right, Svlphr. I'm gonna. I think there are other
Yeah,
people that
if you
want to
want
yellow.
Primordial, Big Bad, who is that? Big Bad Booty Daddy. There's like 3 people that
Yeah, I
are
know.
also
I think they all want
Oh,
to
listen.
talk.
Okay, wait, hold on.
I'll be
I
back
have
to talk
get
about
this-
back to you
I'm asking
later.
if you want to do
Bye-bye.
this. Okay.
wait, hold on. There is a mystery I sort of want to get out of the way. I'm pretty sure Chai hated me, right? Like
Mhm.
Chai was like going incessantly after me before, but like, why was there such a friendly reception in DMs?
Do you want me to be honest? I think a lot of us have been friendlier because, you know, one, you have SFO going around saying that you're kind of retracting a lot of your previous statements, and so giving you the fair benefit to actually listen to you, hear what you have to say, might have some value, right?
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah, that's probably why people can change their opinions of you.
Awesome.
And they were.
That's fantastic.
And so that's not the case. Now, but I don't want to jump you. I think
Listen, if you made your point, you're all good.
there are
all
other.
right?
I understand
But-
that there are other people here that want to make points. If you
What the? I thought
want
it
to
was a
get yelled
5-minute.
at,
Okay.
yeah. I'm asking you because I'm pretty sure they're going to yell about you to begin with because that's what
I
it
don't know
is.
about that. Okay.
I think it'll be quick. Okay, so
Okay.
all right,
All right.
we're gonna start with this one, Primordial.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, going with you first.
Well. Foodshops. Are you there?
Okay. All right. Yeah. What's up?
Are you gonna run?
Maybe I will if you continue preaching. Yeah. Or doing whatever.
Do you understand at all why it's bad to be a pedophile?
Yes. Because
do?
it is an attraction you cannot demonstrate in action in real life.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, not in action. Not doing something. Do you understand why it's bad to be that at all?
Because you have an attraction that you cannot carry out in real life because it's very morally bad. What part of that don't you understand?
You don't seem to understand what I'm asking. Do you understand why it's bad to be a pedophile?
Did you not hear what I just said, or I'm so confused.
Because we don't want kids to get hurt.
Yeah, that's
And you seem to be
literally
okay
my
with
entire
hurting kids.
reasoning. That's literally what I said. What are you talking about?
No, you kind of like move around it. You don't want to say what it really is.
What the fuck? Bro, I'm putting it in a way where it is clearly demonstratable, right? If a person has an attraction that is forbidden to carry out in action in real life,
Okay,
then that is where
you're
the
just-
harm comes from. That is why we want to protect kids, right?
I don't care about your action. You're jerking off to kids. It's bad.
Okay,
Just say it
jerking
plainly.
off
Just say
to
it
a
plainly.
cartoon drawn depiction of children.
Oh
Okay,
my
let's be very clear. All right.
Really go outside and say that to anyone.
Primordial, good thing I'm not talking about that outside then. So I think I'm good on that front.
I think you should. I think you really should.
That's what you sound like, by the way.
Okay, I don't.
Go ahead.
That's fine.
All right.
Look, I would say what
Go.
you sound like, but I don't want to get resume banned.
Yeah, thanks, appreciate it. Anything more,
Listen,
Primordial?
I don't like getting anybody banned either.
Look, I just you keep talking around it. You know, people keep saying like, "Oh, it's a drawing. It's this." Go outside and say it.
Why the fuck would I go outside and say it? You're saying as if I am not like self-aware, but I'm totally self-aware on this front. Okay.
I
Why the
think you
fuck
know
would I
what'll
go outside
happen.
and say it? Well, yeah, of course. I'll probably get stoned to death, which is why I'm not saying it outside. What the fuck? That's the obvious. I don't know why you keep repeating the questions as if it's some kind of gotcha. You just look incredibly silly.
So you know it's bad to do. You know that other people see it as bad.
Okay. Am I having sex with
And-
kids? Actually.
We don't know.
Okay. Why don't you try and find out and produce some
Svlphr
evidence?
made a good point. You know, the FBI does
She did
investigate
not.
these things.
She did not make a good point. Okay. If you want to call the FBI on me, go ahead. Try it.
I would strongly suggest anyone listening to put a tip in.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Anything else? All right, cool. Who's next?
Next one.
By the way, low opposition, okay? Very disappointed.
All right, Big Bad.
Go ahead.
So, I just wanted to ask you, Foodshops, to basically, Primordial stole my thunder a little bit there. But...
Stay TOS.
Not really.
Don't be
No
idiot.
thunder.
Can you shut the fuck up? Like...
Am I talking right now?
You just interrupted me twice.
Well, I was just quiet just there.
This is the whole problem with you. It's that you, like... have a complete...
great. Preaching.
You are
Nice.
completely disconnected from reality.
Get it out of your system. Oh, yeah. Get it out of your system. Oh, yeah. Yep, I'm the one disconnected from reality. Yep. Even though I literally said if I go outside and talk about it, I'm going to get stoned to death. Yep. That's disconnected from reality.
You still jerk off to child porn.
It is jerking off to a drawn depiction.
You're splitting hairs. You're splitting hairs.
Why do you think... Okay, why do you think I'm splitting hairs here?
Because... it is a depiction of a child.
Exactly. It's different from real life, okay? That is a distinction I always make.
You are so delusional. This is my point. You don't live in real life. You don't express any of these opinions.
Oh, no. I'm breathing. My heart is beating. Life is good.
All that stuff you said about your psychiatrist and how they said it was okay for you to watch CP.
Okay. Do you know what OCD is? Hold on. No. You said one point. Let's go over it. Let's just go over it.
Yes, I know what OCD is.
Wait, no. Let's do it. Okay, tell me what OCD is.
Are you trying to say that your propensity to jerk off to CP is OCD?
No. I'm just...
Because you just admitted earlier that this has been something that's been going on through your entire life. That you've always been attracted to minors.
I'm gonna mute you. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is the problem and the frustration is that a lot of people don't seem to know how OCD works. Okay, for example, OCD is an anxiety disorder.
Listen, don't have a dick measuring contest with me, okay?
For OCD,
my expertise is in biology. Don't tell me, oh yeah, you don't know what OCD is.
Okay,
you are so delusional and a waste of time.
To that anxiety, when you are triggered by something that reminds you of something, you are basically a victim of that, right? So, for example, a person who is extremely religious would maybe have a propensity to homosexual OCD. And on that specific front, if they see something like a gay pride flag, all right, they will get triggered because they get the intrusive thought, okay? But once they get the intrusive thought, they will begin ruminating, right? So when they begin ruminating, that is the part of OCD that is really harmful, obviously. Now, in order to fix OCD,
Big bad, let her big bad, let her finish, and then you can speak, okay?
All right, so if you want to go ahead and fix OCD, one of the things that you sort of have to get over is specifically the CBT aspect, okay? For example, cognitive behavioral therapy is one thing. Yeah, that was brought up. No, it's not cock and ball torture, okay? So for that one specifically, you're exposed to a little bit at a time until you're finally getting rid of the anxiety. No, it does not mean I'm being exposed to child pornography, okay? What that means is it exposes you to anything that reminds you of that anxious thought. For example, for a person who has the gay OCD, the homosexual OCD, right? They are being exposed more and more towards gay-related material. It doesn't mean that they're gay. For example, an ace person can have HOCD. An ace person can have POCD as well, right? So what I'm saying is they're exposed more and more until that happens. Now, my lolly consumption is completely separate from the OCD aspect. At the time, the reason why I gave POCD up is mainly because of the reason that I was panicking. And obviously, I don't stand by that anymore, right? Because I realize it is irresponsible. Now, if you want to talk about how, okay, so I basically brought up, hey, by the way, therapist person, I consume lolly. And my therapist was like, whoa, okay, all right. So, and I'm like, okay, but my POCD gets triggered when I consume lolly. So I try to avoid lolly, just mainly because, it triggers my POCD, it triggers anxiety. And then the therapist goes like, you sort of want to expose yourself to that fear. So what you want to do is that unfortunately, it does sound weird, but you sort of, on these specific cases, you do sort of want to consume lolly, okay? That's it. It's not complicated. It's not hard. And
I know
that,
it's not
by the way,
complicated.
that part was only specifically one small segment of one session out of like 15 sessions or something. Okay, so yeah, it's what the fuck.
Okay, Big Bad.
Okay.
Yeah, it's your go.
I
Big
already
Bad.
knew about that bull, whatever. Okay, anyway, let's cut to the chase. Didn't you say that your therapy was successful? You're done with therapy, right?
Yeah, which is why I advocate for mental health.
And okay, stop. Did you or did you not jerk off to child porn 2 days ago? Or you said you jerk off every 2 days to child porn. You're still doing that, right?
I disagree with the characterization of child porn because that implies an actual.
Oh my God! Again, you are splitting hairs. Okay, you are still masturbating to drawing pictures of children, of cartoons of children, right?
Okay,
so you're.
Porn, okay,
it's abundantly clear that you're lying about your therapy, A. Okay, because
I'm not lying.
nobody worth their salt would tell them.
It's almost impossible for me to lie. By the way,
nobody worth their salt would tell a patient that. Okay, A. That's
okay. You're
part
not
one. I know how you're lying.
You're not a specialist.
Stop. B, you said you completed your therapy. Okay? And you still have the same issue. You still have the same issue. So you must have had a horrible therapist.
Okay. You cannot fix your mental health issues permanently. You can't cure them. Okay? The best thing you can do is you can keep them down. That's it. So far, I haven't got the tools to keep them down. It is what it is. I'm sorry.
Your definition of keeping it down is still masturbating to drawn pictures of children every 2 days.
No, keeping it down. No, you're misrepresenting me. Keeping it down means I take sertraline, right, which is medication for OCD, all right? And number two, keeping it down also means that, honestly, I don't even get POCD attacks anymore. I'm going to be honest with you. So with that specific front, I just take medication.
Okay, so all the CP jerking off has nothing to do with your POCD, excuse me.
Again, I disagree with your framing.
Like you said earlier, it's deep-seated. It's been with you your entire life.
Wait, we can't move past this point of you calling it CP, right? Because
listen, there's a reason. There's a reason.
Dude, Foodshops, to be clear,
like
stop.
6 minutes.
Stop. Yeah, you did go on for a very long time. I think that you gotta get Big Bad the same thing.
Same tired bullshit you always say.
I'll probably write it down. Yep. Go ahead.
That's what I've been doing.
Okay.
God. Okay, so I totally lost my train of thought there because I keep getting interrupted. Good. Okay. Whatever. My point is that you're still not cured. You still masturbate to these drawn pictures. You're not going to call it CP because it's a cartoon. It's not an actual picture of a kid. Okay? You're not going to therapy anymore. You're saying that you're not going to, renege on anything you're saying about, pedophilia being bad. Okay? And then you're wondering why everybody's coming at you. Well, now I do remember what I was going to say. So are you just said earlier that that you can't express these views to anybody in your real life. So it's wrong. But you continue to do it. You don't care. You say that there's no harm there. There's harm to you if anybody in your real life finds out about it, which, your face is all over YouTube. It's out there. The information's out there if anybody really wants to dig up and find it on you. And you seem to not care about the long-term effects of that on your life or anybody else in your life, which, you want to do harm to yourself, whatever, that's on you. But anybody else in your life that has to be collateral damage because you're a disgusting human being, I don't know how else to put it. Like, you just keep doubling down, you just keep digging your hole deeper, and I don't know what else to say on that.
Okay, good. Can I respond to every single one of your points? I wrote them all down. Okay. So, I don't want to be interrupted for this, so I'm gonna mute you. All right. Okay. So, number one. All right. You say that you call it CP. Obviously, I disagree with that framing, right? Because specifically, what I jerk off to is lolly. For example, there are so many people who jerk it off to lolly without actually being into CP. All right. So when it comes to CP, usually what people imagine and what people kind of think in their heads is an actual child being exploited for sexual abuse. Obviously, when it comes to lolly, it is drawn. Okay. You say it's still not cured. Okay. No, I'm not trying to cure the aspect of me being attracted to lolly. Okay. The aspect that I am trying to cure or treat is specifically the OCD aspect. Okay. OCD is an anxiety disorder. That is specifically what I'm trying to treat. Okay. Now you say I still masturbate to these drawn pictures. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not harming anybody. I'm not going to harm anybody in real life, and I'm not escalating anything. Okay. So you also said that I'm not going to therapy anymore. Yes, I'm not going to therapy anymore because I was taught all the tools in order to keep the anxiety down. And to me, I have to be very thankful to my therapist for that because my therapist is fucking awesome. Okay. You said that pedophilia being bad. I agree with you. Okay. The reason that it is bad is because that a person has the sexual attraction or romantic attraction towards a child in real life, and they cannot perform it because of the morally bad aspects of it, obviously. All right. And then you're saying, wondering why people are coming after me. Yeah, no, I'm not surprised that people are coming after me. Okay. Obviously, all right. And then you said you cannot express these views in real life. Obviously, right? There's lots of views that we cannot express in real life, right? For example, it's very iffy to talk about, Israel and Palestine in real life. Especially if you have a really, really denigrating opinion, or if you cannot express these opinions in a good way. Obviously, this is the online environment. For example, people log on to Kiwi Farms in real life. Online. People log on to more, 4chan. Online, whatever. If you told anybody in real life about the contents of Kiwi Farms and 4chan, they're gonna go crazy. Okay, so that's a non-point. Okay, so and then when you say that there's harm when it comes to people in real life, there is only harm if I'm not doing a responsible job of keeping myself private. Okay, if I get doxxed, eventually, obviously there's going to be harm, but this is no different from acknowledging that as a content creator, you might become big one day and get doxxed anyway, and malicious people will come after you no matter what. Okay, so that's an aspect as a content creator, especially if you're showing your face, that you have to come to terms with. Okay, finally, okay, you say I'm a disgusting human being. I don't think I am. Okay, I think I'm very nice. I'm very sweet. I'm very considerate to a lot of people around me. Okay, now specifically to people who think that the things I talk about is horrendous, I do not care about you. You're not part of my audience, and well, too bad. Listen, bring us some studies that show that me talking about it in this manner is actually harming anybody. Okay. And then finally, you said I'm digging my hole deeper. Okay. Listen, you can conceive it like that, but for me personally, my mind, at least the way I changed my mindset, is that I wasn't having fun with a lot of streaming just because of this controversy. But now I'm finally having fun. I feel as though, I'm engaging with it in a way where I feel like I'm being mentally productive. I'm being socially productive. And you know what? People in my audience like it. So I just don't really give a fuck. Okay. That's it. Anything else?
Yeah, anything else? So I think you just have too much Vosh Destiny brain, watching too much of them, because again, you think that this isn't going to help you. I'm sorry, harm you. Are you kidding me? Don't die. Everybody's so sick and tired of hearing your same tired fucking bullshit.
You don't have to listen to me. That's great. You can block me.
Yeah, I do, because sometimes I want to watch somebody else's stream. Do you think I want to consume your content? Are you out of your... Well, you are out of your fucking mind. But no,
then it's their prerogative to cancel me off of their stream. It's their prerogative to blacklist me. Like, what are you talking about?
Which I hope is done after this, because, I mean, you are irredeemable.
Waffled this entire time, dude. Okay. I don't know what to tell you.
All right, shut up. Stop. Okay. Pixtart has a limited amount of time to get in here. Big Bad.
Wait, hold on. I don't want to be in here all day to have like 5 different people from
I just have one. I'm not even. I'm not gonna
Pixtart's doing.
Want to have an
Big Bad.
On to child porn and saying that she no longer suffers from POCD, but still jerks off to CP.
All right.
Do society a favor.
Okay, I'm not letting him continue this. Okay, Pixtart, go ahead.
So, I'm gonna be upfront first. I have HOCD. So I don't know if you know what that is, but HOCD is the idea that I look at my friends and family and I want to kill them. I have constant thoughts about it and the idea of it. I'm in a wonderful relationship. I have a stepchild and everything like this, and I have no problems with it because I've gone through, I've gone through ERP. I've gone through the exposure therapy, and I know exactly what you're talking about to try and get through it. But my question to you is for POCD, general triggers for it are going to be things like being around children, visiting parks with children, picking up a child from school, going to a mall where children may be. How are you trying to justify that you are solving it by watching lolly instead of having exposure therapy in ways that actually makes you around children?
Okay, so I actually do the regular exposure therapy, but in addition to that, I'm not seeking out lolly on purpose, right? For example, if I come across lolly and I find it attractive, I'm not jerking it off to lolly specifically for the purpose of ERP. I am jerking off to lolly because I enjoy it. However, if it triggers my ERP, right, earlier, then obviously, right, as my therapist has said, right, you are triggering that anxiety when you are in that moment and you have the opportunity to practice it, right? Does that make sense?
Okay, but I'm asking, how does that? I understand that it triggers the anxiety. It's the same way that mine tells me I should watch movies that have gory murder scenes in it or things like that, so
Yeah,
I can
same
triggers
thing.
the idea. And I get that. But my question to you is that's a little bit different of a standpoint than watching something that is a depiction of a child. And whether it is drawn or real life or not, it is still a depiction of a child and it is still federally illegal. And to my knowledge, and I may be wrong on this, but to my knowledge, it's not something that a general therapist or psychologist is going to recommend to you as a way to try and deal with those triggers. They're going to send you ways that are non-illegal because, to my knowledge, if they were ever to be asked, like they obviously you have a confidentiality between you and your psychologist, but if they get asked by the FBI, are you consuming CP? They have to report it because it is a harm to other people. So why would they direct you in ways that could be considered harmful to others?
Okay, sure. So you made 4 points. I want to address all of them, okay? But these are the last 4 points I'm going to address because otherwise there's a video that I already released on it. I don't know if you guys watched it. I don't care. So you said that's different because it is watching gore while I am consuming lolly. I would say that they're actually completely analogous, right? For example, if you are watching a gory movie that is specifically like, let's just say 95%, 98% gore, and you have that same condition, like you said, then in that scenario, then I just don't see what exactly is different because, you can argue that consuming more of that would actually lead up to harm in real life one day because you're liking it so much, right? You're escalating that pleasure when you're watching that movie. I don't mean sexual pleasure, I mean entertainment pleasure, to the point where you want to see it in real life. Second thing is that when you say it's a general therapist, generally therapists will never say anything like this. This is why what is between you and a therapist is generally only between you and the therapist. Every single person has different kinds of solutions, and every single person has different methodologies that are applied in different situations, right? So not everybody is going to be same, not everybody is going to be, whatever, which is why kind of searching online about like these kinds of therapy methods isn't exactly a one-all fits all for literally everybody. I acknowledge that my situation is very unique, okay? So third of all, confidentiality, I guess. So for that one, I don't remember what your point is on that one. Gonna be honest with you.
My point was just that pretty much if the FBI or like some other like federal law enforcement was to come and ask your therapist, does this person consume CP, then you lose your confidentiality because it is considered harmful to another group, and they have to federally give that information.
Okay, sure. So you're talking about the mandate, right? You're talking about the mandate. I think there's only 2 scenarios in which they are going to be reporting you. I think scenario 1 is if you pose a direct harm to somebody, like you're literally about to go out and do something, right? No matter if it's murder, rape, or whatever the fuck. The second scenario is if you have admitted to an actual like substantive crime where you're doing actual harm to another person, right? So, or if it's like something like possessed child pornography, right? However, I do recall when I told my fucking therapist, okay, she didn't really give a fuck about the legal aspect, okay? Because what that specifically entails is that, you know, lolly is just drawn. It's a drawn depiction. There is no actual real child victim behind it. The reason why a person with actual CP gets caught and why it's important to make a distinction is because, you know, an actual child is used in the prospect of that CP. And finally, the consuming CP part, what is it? What do you mean by that point? Can you repeat that one?
No, it's the entire thing that I was stating. With
Okay, yeah. So that goes with the so that goes with the confidentiality point. Okay. See, here's the thing. I understand why people view this in a negative light. I understand why people view this in a light that is, you know, different from everything else, right? Because it involves kids and people have an instinctive urge to protect children. I acknowledge that, right? But the thing is that you have to separate the fifis from the reality. Okay, that's it, and from the moral and inconsistencies as well. Anyway, that's about it. I think that's all the whatever I'm gonna have. I'm not about to do a debate marathon on your stream with like 6 other people in the waiting room. Okay, I don't know what to tell you. Yeah.
All right. Can I ask you a few final questions then?
One question. You're allowed one question. Otherwise, you have to come on my stream or something. I don't care.
Okay. Well, I will send everybody that wants to. I'll send them a link to your stream so they know where to go. If you're okay with that, I don't want it to look like a hate raid or anything. Can we give?
No. I give you express permission.
Okay,
all right, you're
sounds good. Pixtart, do you want to have a final word here?
No. I just want to say,
Okay.
You remind me of a person named Claw, but they went psycho after they got big. I recommend getting big and then going psycho. It'll do you much better in the long run. Other than that, love you all. Have a good day.
All right. Awesome.
Okay. So the very last thing that I'm going to ask you, if you don't want to take any more callers, it's fine. You know therapy doesn't end, right? What do you mean by completed?
The way I think both of the times I went to a therapist, I think at the beginning, I think one of the most important questions they sort of asked me was, hey, what are you looking to accomplish? What kind of goal are you trying to get at the end of like 6 months or 7 months? I think a big perspective is going to therapy generally, and I think that's fine and it's good and healthy to go to therapy on a regular basis. However, when you're treating something like a specific ailment, like something like that, especially when I was paying like $200 a session, to be fair, I was only paying $60 a session because insurance covered like 140 of it. I guess what I'm saying is like, you know, obviously I don't want to stay in permanent therapy when there's like almost nothing left to fix, right? By the time it was done, we were both satisfied.
I think that directly kind of conflicts with some of the stuff that Pixtart said, if we're going to take his HOCD diagnosis correctly. But I'm not going to press you too much more. As you said that you want this to be the end. And
is Pix a he or she? Sorry.
They're like me. They don't have that.
Okay, all right. Yeah. Well, I can say this to Pix. Listen, thank you for the really nice talk. That person was probably the most understanding and not the most understanding, but more like asked the right questions. I think that person asked the right questions, not the wrong questions, the right questions. And I would say that it's refreshing to see somebody with OCD ask the right questions because you know, you sort of have to get into that mindset. Okay.
All right. Well, I'm gonna be honest. A bunch of people are probably gonna yell at you after you leave, but
that's okay. I don't care about that. That's fine. That's like every stream ever outside of mine. Yeah. Okay, I don't care. Yeah.